Hello everybody and welcome to Vaidya's Chess Hub, and today I'm going to share another Danish gambit game with you. And this is one opening that I've really used a lot in my games, and I really want all of you to benefit from it. You can try it out in your own games, especially beautiful when you play blitz games. So let's get started. And this again is a full Danish gambit, so I'm sacrificing 2 pawns. Danish gambit can also be played with a sacrifice of 1 pawn on c3. So let's get started immediately. e4, e5, d4, my opponent took, c3, my opponent took, and here if you want to play the semi-Danish gambit, then you can take back now with the move knight takes c3, but I decided to go for the full Danish, so full 2 pawns, the complete gambit, and my opponent took, and here white has to take, otherwise black will just take the rook and make another queen. So bishop takes b2. I would like to again say that if you haven't watched all my Danish gambit videos, watch those. It's a very good opening, especially when you're playing blitz games. And if you have studied it extensively, then there is really a great chance for you. And again, I'm saying, if you are a positional player, then this is not for you. If you are a player who likes aggression, who's aggressive by nature, who is keen on attack, who loves to sacrifice to gain quick lead in development, well, this is then right opening for you. Otherwise, you stick to e4, e5, knight f3, the Spanish and the Ruy Lopez and other stuff. You can go for Italian game. So this is the opening, and this is really good. When I look at this position, yes, white is a couple of pawns down, but if you see, his well-developed bishops, this fianchetto bishop on b2, the bishop on c4, the queen is ready to come into action, the knight is going to come on c3, knight f3, definitely white will castle before black, so I like this position. In the game, my opponent played knight c6. Again, it's a very common move. d6 is another move that you will see. d5 as well. I played knight to f3 and d6. Here, when you play the Danish gambit, all the players of Danish gambit will tell you one thing. Every move after you have sacrificed a couple of pawns, you simply cannot allow black to complete his development, because otherwise the very purpose of playing the gambit is not served. So what you must do is always play the moves with an attack, with an initiative, because you've given your pawns exactly for that reason. So I'm sure that you probably have thought of the same move that I played, queen b3. The point is that you want to pressure f7. Now here the best move is queen e7. There's no doubt about that, but that means you can now take out your knight to c3 with the hope of attacking queen, getting initiative, playing with the tempo with knight d5. My opponent played knight a5. Well, the idea is this is always tried. Well, more than 90% of the times this is tried by black, because he wants to get rid of that light colored bishop. So this is the one move that it's a fork. Of course, my queen is attacked as well. But now the point is that the queen is not on d8. So we can play queen a4 check, forcing the knight to go back. Otherwise, we're going to simply win it. And after that, now he doesn't get my bishop. After that, you castle as soon as possible. Remember, I said white will castle first. My opponent played bishop d7. It's a multi-purpose move. I think then he would like to castle long. And of course, when the knight moves, it will be a discovered attack on my queen. So I played knight d5 with the initial idea. And the knight takes c7 fork, of course. So the only way to take care of both is to play queen d8. And now when you see moves like this, you're already pretty sure that you're doing well, because now the queen has gone back. So there's loss of tempo, there's a lot of loss of time, and your pieces are very active. And look at black. The king is in the center. The queen really went back to the square she came from. Of course, I moved my queen here because, again, I had already told you that knight moves and there will be a discovered attack. So queen c2. And this is the one move that led to his fall quickly. In fact, if you put this position in computer engines, they'll tell you that this is losing. I think why my opponent played f6 was he saw that my bishop on b2 is really pressing down hard on this g7, and there's a constant threat. So he would like to move his bishop, but then he cannot move it now immediately because of this bishop takes g7. So, and somehow if knight f6 now, then knight takes f6 and then g takes f6. Of course, you can't take with the queen with the bishop being on b2. So that is the reason why I think he played f6. But now look at black's position. The f6 square would definitely belong to the knight, and both knight and bishop cannot occupy e7 at given point of time. So I was really happy, and here I thought of a tactical shot, and he fell for it. I'm sure that there could be a better continuation, but anyway, rook e1, lining up the rook with the king, always dangerous. And now knight e7. In chess, it is important for you to be consistent with your line of thought. So if the idea of f6 was to develop the bishop, which you could have not done because bishop takes g7 was a threat, well, now my opponent should have played bishop e7, but he played knight ge7. Why knight ge7? Because both the knights can come on e7. So knight ge7. And now the point is that after knight ge7, remember I was talking about the tactical shot here. Well, bishop takes f6. Now knight is pinned. He took greedily, but again now this is mate. Move number 15. Knight takes f6 is checkmate. Notice how the king cannot come on f7 because of this bishop. That attack was hidden, and knight takes f6 meant that bishop was now controlling f7. It's a good game. I think in this position, even if it did not take this, it was losing for black. I could have also over here played e5 at some stage, I thought. But anyway, I hope that you like this game. Add this to the other games that you've seen. I've always demonstrated my victories with the Danish gambit, so that you can also try it out yourself and see how it goes. Do mention your experience in your comments, and as I always say before I say goodbye, keep playing, keep enjoying, keep learning. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.